So since the switch, since the breakup, I have already gone to go reach for my phone and gone, oh, I was gonna do this and this and this. So I thought I'll grab my devotional. And I haven't looked at it in days because obviously every spare second has been with my previous relationship of my phone. And I thought I'd just have a look at March 19th since it is March 19th. And I thought to myself, I just know there's going to be something that is so relevant to this moment because with God, there are no coincidences. So March 19th, this book is awesome. It's Mum Heart Moments by Sally Clarkson. I highly recommend it. So on March 19th, the scripture verse is Proverbs 31:25. Strength and dignity are her clothing, and she smiles at the future. How fitting is that verse for breaking up with our phones? That we are striving to be strong and have dignity, and being clothed with those things. And that we're smiling at the future, that we're hopeful, that with this newfound freedom, there are good times to come. Good things will happen. She then goes on to reflect a little excerpt from the book by Lucy Maud Montgomery. The book is called Rilla, R-I-L-L-A, Rilla of Ingleside. The heroine, who has spent 2 years of her young life living through the hardships of war, is asked whether she'd like to change those difficult years. And this is what she says. No, said Rilla slowly, I wouldn't. It's strange, isn't it? They have been 2 terrible years, and yet I have a queer feeling of thanksgiving for them, as if they had brought me something very precious with all their pain. I suppose I had a soul then, Miss Oliver, but I didn't know it. I know it now, and that is worth a great deal, worth all the suffering of the past 2 years. We never do want suffering, said Miss Oliver. That is why we are not left to choose our own means and measures of development. I suppose no matter how much we value what our lessons have brought us, we don't want to go on with the bitter schooling. And there's more of a reflection, but I just thought that was really so fitting for the journey we're beginning. That it's not going to be comfortable, it's not going to be easy, and there may be some discomfort and suffering. However, we will look back, as I look back already on my previous breakup with my smartphone, fondly at that time. We will look back at this time and we will be grateful for the decisions we made. And we get to choose, in this instance, the lessons and the means in which we learn these lessons by breaking up with our smartphone. We still get to interact with the similar websites, social media, through computers, through laptops, through other devices, but not having that little black box in our hand all the time, in every room, in our bag, in and out of the house, just always that presence, which allows us to just constantly want to be there. We're going to find space, peace, calm, tranquility, order, and more balance in our life. And that's something to celebrate. And one last verse that just fell out of a book spontaneously, wink, wink, Romans 12:2. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you may prove what the will of God is, that which is good and acceptable and perfect. What a beautiful scripture. We are seeking the transformation of our mind. We are seeking to free our mind from the very addictive, very hypnotizing presence of our smartphone in our life. And we are hoping to look out the window, to look around us, and to start a renewing of our mind and seeking the will of God, which is good, acceptable, and perfect. Day 1.